Josh George, college football. Today I'm going to do a preseason prediction of the college football playoff for 2024. Here's the CFP, the college football playoff schedule for 2024 in front of you. I'm going to talk about the schedule, and if you've seen my top 25 prediction video, you have an idea of who's going to be in. I'm going to break down the bracket and what it's going to look like because it is brand new this year. So let's get into my 2024 preseason playoff predictions for 2024. So we'll start over here. On the left side, you can see the on-campus sites will play on December 20th and 21st. The first game will likely be the 9 seed at the 8 seed, and the 1 seed will be already in the Sugar Bowl, waiting the winner of that game. Then you'll have the 4 seed in the Fiesta Bowl, awaiting the winner of the 5-12 matchup. And then the Peach Bowl will be your 3 seed, and they will be awaiting the 11-6 matchup. Then your 2 seed will be in the Rose Bowl, and they will be awaiting the 7-10 matchup. Now, how do I have things shaping up based on my predictions from this season? You can go back and watch my conference championship videos. Your favorite team, I've done a video about them. If your team's not in the playoffs, you can go watch your schedule, post in your comments why. Well, if they win all these games, why are they not here over one of these teams? And you can give me your predictions. But I'm going to give you mine now. So, whoop, too far. Oh, yeah, no, this is correct. Here we go. So the way I had shaken out, that December 20th and 21st, you get to see Oregon at Missouri, Appalachian State at Tennessee, Ole Miss at Notre Dame, and Miami at Penn State. And, of course, your teams getting a bye are Georgia, Florida State, Utah, and Ohio State. Those are your 4 conference champions that got the automatic bid. And then the 12th automatic bid the 5th automatic bid, which got the 12th seed, your group of 5, was Appalachian State. So, let's predict some games here. I have Missouri at home against Oregon. Man, that Bo Nix is going to come in there. I know it could be crazy weather, and Bo Nix can probably handle that, and Oregon can probably handle that. But that Missouri environment's going to be nuts. It's going to be rocking, lights flashing. Give me the Tigers. Tennessee's going to beat Appalachian State. It'll probably be closer than everyone thinks it should be because Appalachian State's an upset team, and they're going to feel like they can go in there and win. But Josh Heupel's offense is really too good for them to keep pace. And then Notre Dame. Look, this is a game I really thought of because I think Ole Miss matches up really, really well with Notre Dame, and I think Ole Miss can, in fact, win this game. But it's a playoff game at Touchdown Jesus. And Notre Dame fans know that they can't get an automatic bid because it only goes to conference champions. And if they were to lose this game, boy, would they be scrambling to change this format. I think it'll be a close game. And Ole Miss might be the better team than Notre Dame on paper with blue chips and with the portal guys that they've got. But late in the year, in a tough environment, cold environment that these guys, as far as the cold goes, haven't played in all season, give me Notre Dame. Then Miami at Penn State. I just looked at it, and I trust this Penn State staff more, and I trust Drew Allard a little bit more. And Penn State starts more juniors and seniors than anyone in the nation as far as their starting 22 on both sides of the ball. So, give me the Nittany Lions. They've got more experience than just about anyone. Now, to the next round. Look, Georgia-Missouri is going to be a fantastic matchup. It's going to feel SEC-esque. Tennessee-Florida State's going to feel huge. And, of course, Florida State's going to be extra prepared for Tennessee because they're not going to expect Appalachian State to win. And they're going to be like, well, even if Appalachian State does, we've got way more talent, and we'll find a way to win that game. Notre Dame will be coming off a struggle, be a little beat up. Utah getting that bye is huge. And then Ohio State will have beat Penn State twice already, so this is how I have the next round shaping up. I think Georgia's going to beat Missouri. They've already beat them once. Find a way to beat them again. I think Florida State beats Tennessee. I just feel like going through having that extra week to prepare is huge. Then I like Utah to beat up Notre Dame team. And then I like Penn State to find a way to beat Ohio State. It's hard to beat a team 3 times in a season. And I think this will be a very funny scenario because I had Ohio State beating Penn State twice, once in the regular season, once for the conference championship. But in the Rose Bowl and in the playoff, I have the Nittany Lions. And we've seen where teams have come back and won a second time in a season to beat a team, like when LSU beat Alabama in the regular season and then lost in the national championship. So it does happen from time to time. Now, we saw Georgia play Florida State in a bowl game last season. It was an abysmal performance by Florida State. They just don't have the talent on the line, on either side of the line of scrimmage to compete with Georgia. Georgia's improved a ton. Florida State's improved some. Georgia should still beat Florida State on the line of scrimmage, and so should still win that game pretty comfortably. Utah and Penn State. I think this will be a beat-up Penn State team playing 3 games. You know, the wear and tear factor that's in NCAA 25, well, that's a real thing. I think it plays a factor. I think the D-line gets after Drew Allard a little bit, the D-line of Utah, that is. And I think Kyle Whittingham's team gets it done. So, national championship. The Georgia Bulldogs against the Utah Utes. All the magazines say pick Georgia or Ohio State. Everyone's saying Georgia or Ohio State, Georgia or Ohio State. Look, when it's all said and done, my gut says don't pick Georgia or Ohio State because usually those 2 teams that are hyped up at the beginning of the year, oh, it's going to be these 2. It's definitely going to be these 2. It's usually somebody that comes from nowhere. Like last year, Washington came from nowhere, made it to the national championship game. TCU in 2022 came from nowhere, made it to the national championship game. But we haven't seen a team like that has found a way to make it win it all. Is this the year? I think with an expanded playoff, this could be the year because there's more chance that a key player gets hurt for the bigger team, or it's just there's more chance of a magical run, I think, with 12 teams, in my opinion. So, I am going to predict the Utah Utes to win the 2024 National Championship. Now, with these predictions as follows, here is the final records for each team. I have the Utah Utes finishing the year 15-1. I have the Georgia Bulldogs finishing 14-2. I have the Florida State Seminoles finishing 12-3. I have the Ohio State Buckeyes finishing 12-2. I have the Penn State Nittany Lions finishing 12-4. I have the Tennessee Volunteers finishing 12-3. I have the Missouri Tigers finishing at 11-3. I have the Oregon Ducks finishing 10-3. I have the Ole Miss Rebels finishing at 9-4. I have the Miami Hurricanes finishing at 10-4. I have Notre Dame finishing 11-3. And then I have Appalachian State finishing at 11-3. I'm Josh George. This was your preseason college football playoff predictions 2024.